back to Twin Galaxies Live. We have a very special guest today. This is Jenny Yang, who has been experiencing a meteoric rise in the stand-up comedy scene. Is that okay for me to say?
Meteoric?
Meteoric, because I knew you from back when you weren't this, and now suddenly you're this, and you're in videos with Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers? Did I say that?
Yeah.
Joan Rivers and like Margaret Cho, and like you're like known and stuff.
Hi.
And a little known fact, Jenny Yang used to work right here.
I did.
Yeah, and I don't know if you recognize Jenny Yang.
Is this Jace?
This is Jace.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
It's been a long time since we've seen each other. I used to work with Paul across the way for the morning after.
She was an intern.
You weren't dressed like that.
No, I wasn't. I didn't have makeup.
And now she's a famous stand-up comedian.
You need to stop saying famous.
No, she's on
these,
HBO.
These folks online will be like, look at her face. They're saying famous face.
You're in a video with Joan Rivers on women in comedy. You've made it.
Oh, okay.
You've made it. That's the benchmark. We're not in videos with Joan Rivers.
That's all right.
We're
I want to be.
He does.
You're taller than I remembered, Jace.
That's because I was always sitting down when you saw me.
Is that
I
right?
would just roll through on this chair, seated. That's all. Don't let me disturb. You guys do
No,
your
no,
thing.
it's
I'm
all
We just
gonna-
started.
Okay, well, perfect. I'm going to check the system and do what I do. But great to see you
Bye.
back here.
Jason makes everything better.
So this is our main camera. Hi.
Yep. Hi, Forever Playa. So yes,
Face Poppy said that they've heard of me. See,
Oh.
that's why I can't be all like, I can't call myself all famous. Oh, but Face Poppy
No,
recognized
you
me.
pop
so.
up all over my Facebook feed. You've done some hilarious videos for like Buzzfeed, and your show comes up, especially in the Asian American community,
Yes.
as a big deal. Jenny Yang here is the founder of the Disoriented comedy tour, which is starting a new leg this week.
Yeah.
This week, so it's going to be a breakneck schedule of being funny nationally. Can you tell us a little bit about the Disoriented comedy tour?
Yeah. Should I talk to them?
That way, and you know
Okay.
what? I'm kind of realizing.
Am I angled weird? Because you're like, hey, what's up?
Usually we have like somebody playing the video game and then somebody sitting over there.
Yeah.
So the eye line makes more sense.
Yeah. It's
And
up to you. I can
then-
still go like this. We could pretend.
right that way,
Look
yeah.
we could pretend we're like super next to each other, so that we could just be like kicking it like this, and it'll be
Kicking it old
natural.
school. Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, Disoriented Comedy. If you're in LA, I don't know how many of you are like watching and from Los Angeles, because I'm just curious. In
And
Los
there's a
Angeles,
delay, so they'll answer
Yeah.
like later.
so
But yeah.
in Los Angeles, this Saturday is our 2-year anniversary of Disoriented Comedy. It's a stand-up comedy tour, and it's the first ever mostly female Asian American stand-up comedy tour. So I don't know what to say about that. It's more about showcasing the diversity of who we are rather than putting us in a box. You know what I'm saying? Even though there's like a label on it. But yeah.
Now, did you find when you started this, is it because you met a lot of funny Asian American women and then decided that it needed to have, that this particular group needed to have its own comedy tour, or did you do it the other way around where you're like, I'm going to put together a comedy tour focused on Asian American women and then go out and find the talents? Like what order did
I would say neither, but sort of the second. So basically, I was lonely as a little comic going to open mics, and I was like, I want to meet other people who are kind of like me. So that's what happened. I was like, I'm going to find people. And then I talked to this woman, Yola Liu, who was in Seattle at the time, and she just started stand-up comedy out of University of Washington.
Oh, wow.
And I just found her randomly through like a Google alert, like Asian American comedy. And then we're like, I like Twitter stalked her, and then we made friends. I make a lot of friends with other funny Asian American female comics online. And then we like got together and then joked that someday I wish there's a critical mass enough of like Asian American female comics so that we could do a tour. And then we said, fudge it. Am I cursing? Fug it.
No, you could totally curse.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Let's just
curse.
do it.
Yeah.
Is everyone seeing what we're seeing
They
here?
are, and it's awful. Don't look at this.
It is. Look at how horrible this is.
No, it's absolutely the worst.
It's like chopstick font.
They're I don't know if you realized or had seen, but when they win or lose, their head gets really big and they make like a stereotypical Asian face
Oh,
with like the squinty
no.
eyes and everything.
Well, so I forgot to say, this Saturday we have a huge show.
Oh, yes.
That's what it is, in LA. Disorientedcomedy.com. Holler at your girl.
Now we have a bot that's going to toss up messages. I think that thing is frozen. No, it's not. It's okay.
I'm fixing the bot.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks, Guru. So I'm gonna hit you with hard questions.
Hard question.
questions.
How hard are they gonna be? I'm
Pretty,
scared.
Pretty hard.
What am I doing with my water? Here we go.
Face Poppies is pointing out a cool feature of our stream, which is if this is the first time you're tuning in, if you're watching from twingalaxieslive.com, you can select which camera you want to be focused in on. Like Face Poppies is demonstrating from home, looking at the camera that's like a foot away from your face. So
Face Poppies, what's up?
right there,
Oh.
you could see the various
let's see.
angles.
There's a delay, that's right.
Gonzo
Hi.
Schmonzo loves your face.
Oh, thanks.
There you go. And Face Poppies has upgraded to HD, so he can look at your face in even more detail.
Oh my God, girl. Detail on the face. I've been using new makeup and it's been giving me breakouts, y'all.
Oh, what makeup is it so I can
I
avoid it?
don't know. We'll talk.
Okay.
We'll talk.
Well, I've been saying for the longest time, and this is the worst thing for me to say, so you should totally put me in my place.
No,
but
whatever.
I have a difficult time finding a lot of female comics funny. Because I know it's terrible for me to say it, because I feel like so many of them go for low-hanging fruit when it comes to like subject matter, right?
Fair.
A lot of talk about their own vaginas.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that, and I'm not that interested in vagina humor.
Yeah.
But what's your personal taste in comedy? You know, do you have any gripes about the female comedian community? I'm going to turn this up too because I have a feeling, yep, that speaker's off.
Yeah. Do what you gotta do.
Ah! Matt Vassalero's in the chat.
Shut up, Matt Vasalero. What's up, man? Okay, so can I answer? I should answer your question before I shout out to
Absolutely.
Matt Vasalero. Okay, so basically, whenever I totally respect your feelings around female comics because I feel like what's tough is there's like what's available to us, and then those of us who might just make more effort seeking it out, or if you're a comic, you're going to see more people, right?
Sure.
So honestly, the stuff that most Americans consume as far as comedy is concerned is very male dominated, right? Period.
Right.
And then if you do get a chance to see like female comics, sometimes it's like, yeah, we're going to talk about vaginas, but I would like to like step back and be like, honestly, if you're a comic, you have at least one dick joke, and usually you're a guy. And so for me, but honestly, like if you're a starting male comic, you're gonna have that dick joke, and that's like almost par for the course. So if you're a female comic, it's inevitable that you're gonna have a vagina joke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's what we have. It's what we love about ourselves.
I don't have
It's
one.
what sometimes straight men love about us. And
Right.
so we're gonna talk about it, you know?
Yeah, I see. And that's my
Just saying.
That's my specific gripe.
So
It's like
I just think
feel
it's a
like
context. It's a context thing. I mean, maybe you just don't want to hear about vaginas.
Yeah, it was. You know what? It may be less interesting to me because I'm not going to say what I was about to say.
Were you gonna get real? Are we gonna get?
No,
I feel like
no.
we need to get real.
No, what I was about to say was stupid. I was about to say because I have one, so it's not interesting to me.
Yeah,
But
I have one. I find mine very interesting. No, I'm kidding. I need to not do like a look to camera cheesy. I just did like a cheesy like blah blah blah.
I love it. It's like on The Office. I'm looking at you know what? I'm totally looking at the thing right now, and I'm realizing that you being nice and addressing me makes it so that it's the back of your head that's on the stream. So we're gonna switch.
Okay.
Okay.
This
like a
is
Chinese fire drill. That's
Chinese
not
fire
okay
drill.
to say. That's not
Chinese
okay to
fire
say.
drill. That's messed up, dude.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that.
Chinese fire drill. Okay, so what's happening now? Where
So now everyone
where's
can
the
actually see you. That's the main camera.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about it. It'll be the back of my head. It's
Okay.
all-
and then he's gonna adjust the smaller camera,
Yes. There we go.
the closer camera. Hi.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh my God, can
You're gorgeous.
I talk to Matt
Yeah.
Vasalaro?
Yes.
Dude, you're awesome. Of course I remember you. Hello, I know. This is not someone just said this is not the vagina monologues. Maybe it is. Maybe this is what I'm bringing to the show.
Oh, look, he says, read this, please.
Oh, read this please, Jen. I know Jenny. It's me from the morning after. Oh, you're hilarious. Oh, Matt, thank you. Matt's just saying that because this is like online and public. Come on, Matt. Vagina dial. Let's just have vagina dialogues, you guys. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't want to like take away from what your regular viewing audience is going to be talking about.
They're used to all
We could
kinds
talk.
of crazy
We could
stuff.
talk about vaginas. We could talk about ladies.
Gonzo Schmonzo said that you have a very stereotypical Asian face. Gonzo Schmonzo, I challenge you to please describe what you're talking about.
I have a stereotypical Asian face? What does that even mean? I've never gotten that. But actually, I almost respect that more, Gonzo Monzo, because that's like more technically accurate. You know what I mean? In terms of like a judgment of my face. It's not like, you know who you, okay, I literally got this yesterday. Do you know who you look like? You look like Yoko Ono. I'm like, because it's between Yoko Ono and like
Lucy Liu.
Margaret,
Margaret Cho?
And Margaret Cho for round-faced East Asian faces.
Oh, I
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I have a round face.
Gotcha.
So
And every other non-round face is
Lucy
Liu
yeah.
or
Sandra Oh from
Sandra
Grey's Anatomy,
Oh, yeah.
they have long-ass faces. I have like a round face. So whatever, I'm not going to hate on you actually. What was his name?
Gonzo Schmonzo.
Gonzo Schmonzo. I'm not going to call racist. I'm just going to call technically accurate.
Technically accurate.
But haven't you seen? Wasn't there like an image circulating on like Reddit or like where they did this composite of like the average phenotype China face of a
Yes.
Chinese woman, of an Indian woman? Did you see that?
I
don't
did.
know,
It
did
was
you guys see that?
fascinating.
I'm presuming that people who do like hook on to like a live streaming show, they're into Reddit. Am I stereotyping?
No, that's probably accurate.
Imager.
Yeah. Yep.
What did Face Poppy say? That was terrible.
Can we switch your mic?
Oh, am I switching mic?
Yeah, do you mind putting on the headset?
Of course. Oh my gosh, this makes me feel.
I told you it was terrible.
That is terrible.
What did he say?
Right there, vagina dialogue would be.
Oh my god, that's really funny actually. Oh my god, that's like a queef and like.
Oh god.
So let's get it. Yeah,
I'm like totally.
because we want to hear your
Jen's a
queef
little
talk. There you
uncomfortable.
go. So,
I'm not.
How does this work?
so just
like that?
it hooks over. Yeah, the back.
Oh my god, Face Poppies, that shit is funny.
There we go.
A vagina dialogue would be like. Is that horrible?
No, it's okay.
That shit is funny, Face Poppies.
Well, who's your favorite? Let's go. Let's get broad and then get granular, and
Okay.
then everybody in the chat can chime in too with who your favorite comics are. We don't actually get that many stand-up comics on the show, which is.
Oh, yeah?
Wait, you're the first one. Yep.
Yay!
Yep. You popped our. That. I'm so uncomfortable suddenly, and I don't know why. I'm
Are you
this
not?
one here.
Do we need to
No.
desensitize you to
No,
saying
no,
words like
I'm-
vagina
These
and
people,
queef?
no,
And,
everyone at home knows I'm like, but it's usually because there's a ton of guys in here.
Yeah.
So and then now suddenly in front of another woman.
oh,
I
you
am
feel more
very
prim.
shy.
That's okay. I get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it. I grew up with two older brothers. They said some heinous, misogynistic things around me, and you have to grow like a double. It's like a W.E.B. Du Bois double consciousness. I threw that in there.
Oh,
I decided
wow.
to throw in
That got real scholarly.
a racial,
Yeah. No.
scholarly.
Yeah.
Yo, I have 2 tickets to your show that I
Whoa.
can't use. What? Someone is just offering up 2 tickets that they've already gotten for my show this Saturday for the viewers of Twin Galaxies Live.
Greg is so cool. Greg is a dear friend of the show.
Kirlia
And
to
personally-
Gardevoir.
That's awesome. And you're supporting
Aw.
a very, very massive talent. So
Oh,
thank you, Greg.
thank you.
You are. I don't think anyone is doing what you're doing.
Oh,
Which is and it,
gathering all the Asian American
Yeah.
female-ish comics. But you
Yeah.
know, we don't just do female-ish. It's really just more whoever you don't see on like mainstream stages.
Now,
So
who's your?
yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite comic in general? Who's your favorite female comic? Who's your favorite female Asian comic?
Oh my god. Well, honestly, like I can like certain comics and not want to emulate them, but just respect them. So like, I was very influenced as like an elementary school kid by Eddie Murphy. Do you guys
Oh,
remember
wow.
Eddie? Do you guys remember Eddie Murphy's stuff? Like,
When he used to do stand-up
Raw.
comedy.
yeah, raw everything, right? Oh my
Love
god.
Raw.
You know, the throwing, the throwing of the shoe, the like falling down the stairs, like everything was like it was like he painted a huge picture. So I really liked Eddie Murphy, and it was inappropriately young to listen to that stuff because I had 2 older brothers. I also memorized the best of Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night Live.
You memorized.
I memorized it. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. He played Mr. Robinson's neighborhood instead of Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
That's awesome.
That shit was so funny, and I was so young to get like his racial humor. Like he did a thing where he did like finger puppet theater, pretending to be Mr. Robinson's neighborhood. You know, and he would like do like finger puppet, it'd be like a press conference with, you know, Ronald Reagan, and like Ronald Reagan would have like a big head on the finger, and then he would have his black hand on this side, like as like little reporters, and he'd be like, Mr. President, and then like put up a middle finger, like, Mr. President, I want to know. And I was dying. I'm like in the 4th grade, and I'm like, that is so funny. It's like political satire, and I'm a 4th grader, and I'm like, this shit is so good.
That's hilarious.
Right?
Yeah, we tend to forget that he was
Yeah.
stand-up comedian.
Everyone
Yeah.
just knew him as Hercules, you know?
Yeah.
But
That's awesome.
anyway, so him, and then George Carlin I totally respect, because he's a poet, and he just speaks the truth. I'm like super political. I don't know if you guys know that, but this is a lot of what I think about. So I love
that's great.
satire. Like one of my favorite movies is Team America.
Oh, love Team
Fucking
America.
Team America.
Yeah.
I die. I
Oh,
fucking
God.
die. I have the unrated version where they have like
Where she poops on his face.
pretty much. I mean, sorry, spoiler alert.
Sorry, guys.
I love how I loved him in Bowfinger. That honestly, I'm not laughing at your choice, static Klingon, but Bowfinger. That's so funny to me that would be your choice. Like I feel like there's so many other choices. America, fuck yeah, yeah. That's not yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, we have you ever done that song in karaoke?
They have it in karaoke.
Oh yeah, it's
Here
like
to save the motherfucking day.
yeah, you know why it's amazing? Because when you get to the end part, you just everybody in whatever crowd you're singing in
Yeah.
yells fuck yeah,
Oh,
like for
okay.
all those parts where you're, you know, like books, Taco Bell,
Oh.
fuck yeah. So it really involves the crowd.
Have we not karaoke together?
Have we not?
You do understand that the essential bonding between Asian people is to karaoke
It
together,
is.
right?
That's our ritual over like tall carafes of soju.
Yeah,
That's
in
how
like a
that
private
happens.
room.
Little room.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Not that like bar shit, not that like coyote ugly shit. Whatever, right? I don't know. Like
Yeah.
America has this idea that karaoke has to be like
you wait
out in
2
the bar
hours to sing
in,
one
in
song.
public. No. You gotta do
No.
it right.
K-Town, Orchid.
No, so like
Yeah.
Guru Randall was saying that he thought it was just a Japanese thing, but dude, karaoke spread fast
Oh. Yeah.
to repressed Asian nations. You know what I'm saying? To be like, we're gonna express ourselves,
Yeah.
you know, in these private rooms. So yeah, karaoke. In Taiwan, they call it KTV.
Now, why do you think the Asian Americans and in Asia, so I guess just Asians,
Yeah.
prefer to karaoke in rooms versus like open bars and stuff?
I don't know. You have to be pretty exhibitionist, right?
Yeah.
To like do karaoke in bars.
Yeah, like at the traditional karaoke bar that you would think of.
It's an
right?
American thing. Yeah.
That's definitely an American thing.
Yeah.
And the whole waiting like 2 hours
Oh, hell no.
for your song to come up and all that stuff. And I don't know if, you know what, since we have an international audience, they might not be getting the context that we're talking about, but there's these places that are just like a bunch of little rooms, and you and your friends rent out the rooms, and each room has a karaoke machine, and it's private karaoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the way to live.
It's just
I have honestly, I have like an awesome IT friend who she's built. Jenny St. Angel, shout out, hey. She built herself and another friend of mine our own little karaoke system just from a laptop and the
That's
sound
awesome.
system. So it's good to have like, you know what I mean? Now
Yeah.
it's just we could just do it at home.
and then you can take it on tour.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you should
I
totally
know.
take it on tour.
But yes, Face Poppies talked about Mitch Hedberg. Mitch Hedberg is awesome. Like my comedy, I don't talk like Mitch Hedberg, but like Mitch Hedberg had an amazing off-kilter one-liner, you know, almost like it's like the curiosity of a child kind of a humor. And yeah, Mitch Hedberg is awesome.
Absolutely. Can we get back to Bowfinger?
I was really intense about Bowfinger. I don't know why I got intense about it. I'm sorry.
So funny.
I don't have any real strong feelings.
This is, you know what's funny about, so I've discovered a lot of these games just scrolling through this machine. In case this is your first time tuning in, this machine has every game ever made. You discover what people in the 80s, okay, well, my favorite thing about this that I've discovered that's racial at all is no, what is it? Tecmo Bowl. Tecmo Bowl, the game. It's like an old football game.
Yes.
The entire audience and all the players are white.
Yeah, they're just white splotches, right?
Yeah, it's
aren't
just
they?
like all white. Like there's not a single African American playing football in that game. It doesn't strike you immediately as being something that's a little bit off until like you're like, wait a second, there's a lack of diversity here. And these Asian games, typically, that guy just got kicked in the nuts.
Oh my
in
God.
the demo.
What I love about 80s, I don't know, 80s games, 2D games. Like, okay, can I just fess up? Because this is a whole gaming crew, gaming culture kind of a show, you know?
Absolutely.
And I just have to confess, like, do not grill me on any questions around video games, because I'm like Conan, you know? I'm like Conan, like, I'm like a clueless gamer.
Oh, that's good.
I'm a total clueless gamer, like.
That's good. No, we won't grill you on it. Like, we actually, a lot of our guests here on this, see, it's happening. Did you see
Oh my
that?
God! Did you see the victory guy? He just did this big chinky face.
Yep. That would be the way I described
And
it.
what is he kicking? He's kicking like a weird.
Oh no!
He's
it's happening
kicking like
again.
a weird Imperial Dynasty Chinese urn, or what is he doing?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a Ming vase, and here they are running away from this
Running
ball.
away from bulls. This is completely culturally incorrect.
I love these. I scroll through them all the time. There's one game, I don't know what it's called, but you fight a bunch of guys who are like walking around. They have their sleeves, like giant sleeves, and they're tucked in, and they walk around like duck, 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 duck,
Yeah,
like they
oh my
walk
God.
around. And you hit them in the face with.
Here's the
kung
tough
fu.
part, and then with the karate, the karate chopsticks font. Here's the tough part about being Asian in America is like, I don't know. People love talking about things being vintage, being awesome. And honestly, if you're not white and you're in America, anything that's before 1990 is like as vintage is probably racist.
Yep,
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
when you're like, oh God, let's, you know, I love that. It's so vintage. It's like, oh, they're going to have a horrible stereotypical guy like Long Duck Dong from 16 Candles.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like some weird culturally inappropriate, like kind of ignorant mashup of like a bull. You know, these karate choppers were running with the bulls and
Yeah, bizarre.
hitting like a imperial urn or whatever.
Yeah, that's because that's
Yeah.
typical of karate competitions.
But I have a lot of love for 80s games and 90s games because I watched my brothers I was an accent, they're much older, so like I would watch them play.
Yeah.
Does anyone out there know this game? It's like Mobius.
Oh yeah.
Mobius?
We
You know what
do
I'm talking
have
about,
it.
right?
Yeah.
It's where it's just all space bars and
Yeah.
up down arrows.
Yep.
It was like on the Apple IIe or something.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
C. Apple IIc.
That I don't know. Uh-huh.
That's what my brother played on, and it was just a 2D, and it was actually kind of epic for being so 2D, and like it was
They
just
had
like
it, games back then had to
Yeah.
be epic and like
the
force.
storyline and everything. Yeah, because you would engage, and then you would do like a 2D kind of like Street Fighter-ish scenario, and I was mesmerized. I'd like watch my brother like do the freaking combos and shit. Like,
Yeah.
how do you
Yeah.
remember that?
It becomes muscle memory in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
which is why Jace is definitely trying to champion this message through like his celebrity friends as well, and through the new iteration of Twin Galaxies, which he acquired.
Yeah.
That being a pro video gamer is a form of athleticism.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I can't play. Honestly, I can't because
Carpal tunnel from all the writing. Yeah.
Exactly. I write a
Yeah.
lot, and
Yeah.
so I can't like casually play tennis or casually hit golf balls. I don't know. Like, not that that's like a huge issue in my life.
Like if only I could hit more golf.
You know, it's like
Yeah.
yeah. Anyways,
Guru.
what's going on? Are we missing?
They're still talking about Bowfinger.
Bowfinger.
And
I love how everyone now is getting intense with Bowfinger.
Yeah, and Greg, we definitely appreciate the purchase of those tickets, and in a little bit, maybe towards the end of Jenny's
Ooh.
appearance here, we'll give them away to some lucky locals.
That would be awesome. If I mean,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
I just want to see a roll call of anyone who's like actually in LA.
In
Like,
LA.
what's your I'm sure you guys have amazing analytics.
We
Where are your viewers located? You know
we
what I mean?
don't.
Come
I
on!
know, right? You would think.
This shit should be nerdy as fuck.
Well, we have a really nerdy back-end system that counts up how many people.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like where they're from, we don't have that information. It's typically super international, which is really cool because like towards the
哦，你好，
beginning-
大家好，我们可以讲中文吗？
Let's see. Does anyone
有
understand
人
what
讲
that
中
is?
有人讲中文听得懂吗？算了，
Yeah, exactly. I don't think you're gonna get a response to that. We'll see if anyone types Chinese. We occasionally get people coming.
If you
in
type
and typing
Chinese, I'm
stuff.
not going to read it. I can't read it. You got to pinyin that stuff, you guys.
Yeah, you gotta sound it out, guys.
I know.
I actually changed my name from Chang to
Zhang.
Zhang. Yeah,
Yeah.
specifically because I was like, nope, this is Ninja Okami.
Oh, come on, Ninja Okami. Nihongo hanashimasu? Ninja Okami?
I didn't know you speak Japanese as
Ninja
well.
Okami. I did a summer abroad in Japan in high school. So I know a little bit, yeah.
Well, guys, Moobot. Every time Moobot pops up,
Who's
is-
Moobot?
Oh, it's a automated thing.
Info thing.
Yes.
Oh, thanks, Moobot.
You can check out her website. Jenny does a bajillion things. We can actually throw to one of your videos. Duh.
Who's Twin
See,
Galaxies?
That's Xander, and Guru is
你是
there, so both of you are frauds. No, just kidding.
Wait, what?
They're trying to fool you into thinking they're Chinese.
Oh, you're fooling. Someone just straight up Google translated their shit like in 2 seconds and just posted.
I would never do that.
Frauds.
Oh my god.
But you guys, check out Jenny's website. It has tons of the stuff she's doing. You're not just a stand-up comedian. You're a writer. You were the warm-up person on Whitney.
I was
show
not the
Whitney.
I was
No?
not the warm-up person.
Oh, my
no,
bad.
no, 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 no.
I'm just spreading lies.
No, you just gave me like a
Like a promotion.
a
or
promotion.
something?
Yeah, I assisted the producer on Whitney on NBC.
Oh,
May it
that's-
rest in peace, Whitney Cummings. Thank you for the opportunity. But yeah, like I was on production and got to kind of see how a multicam show shot. I coordinated the audience.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. That's what it was, which is cooler, in a way.
Dude, I
Take the
have to say,
pressures off.
warm up comics. I don't know how many of you have watched, like live like multicam tapings of TV shows. Like that stuff is hard because it is really long, and you need a warm up comic to make sure everyone's energy is up.
Yeah.
So it's part circus ringleader, it's part cheerleader.
Yeah.
Like
And this
it's like another level of athleticism when it comes to stand up comedy.
Oh yeah, and people are. We were on the Warner Brothers lot recently, me and Matt, for their tour.
Yeah.
And the guy just straight up said, and you know this from working there, that sometimes those audiences have to sit there for 6 hours.
Oh yeah.
So it's like that warm-up person is dealing with people that are tired, don't want to be laughing at the same joke for the 5th or 6th time, and they have to keep the energy up. That sounds like torture.
It's
I
hard.
wouldn't be able to do it. I would just give up.
Yeah.
I'd be like, cool guys, sit tight.
So yeah, so I worked on production on Whitney,
Cool.
and I worked on production on Key and Peele sketch comedy. I know, it's one of my
Xander's a
favorites.
huge fan.
Yeah, Key and Peele is like
Yeah.
that would be called my wheelhouse when it comes to the comedy that I like. Yeah.
Oh, look, face poppies with the pinion for you. I
What's
don't know
going
what
on?
that is.
Whoa.
It's hard without the tones.
Yeah, I need tones, homie.
Tones.
是为鲁布吕布鲁鲁布鲁鲁布考考 Dude, I can't. I don't know if you guys know how Chinese works, anyone else other than face poppies, but like if you don't give me the tones, it literally could be 5 different words or 10 different words. Like I love telling
Insanity.
people, like people who are always like, I don't understand Chinese, it's so complicated.
Oh.
And yeah. Hello.
Bye.
Bye, Kirlia to Gardevoir.
Oh my God.
No, but for Chinese, just a quick tutorial for the audience. I can say a full sentence with the same MA. So if I write MA, so for example, mama, mama.
Right.
Mama, mama, mama.
Right. Did your mom yell at the horse?
Oh my God. Did your mom yell at the horse? Mama,
Yeah.
mama, mama.
Yeah.
That's bananas.
Yeah, it is
right?
bananas.
So
From a-
that's why if you don't give me the tones, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. From a Western
Sorry,
perspective,
face poppies.
That's
You
pretty
you
messed
still
up.
had me. I'm still on your side with the vagina dialogues. Mama, mama, mama. I know, Guru Randall.
It's wacky.
Mama, mama, mama. But anyway, I forgot what we're talking about. You
It's
guys,
okay, it's a
I'm
hangout.
literally just diarrhea, vomiting of the mouth.
It's all good.
Can we play a game?
We can play a game.
Or you were gonna were we gonna watch a video? I don't know what we were gonna do.
Yeah, let me find. We'll queue up a video. One of your. Whoa, Kyle's typing Japanese. Wrong Asian, Kyle. That is racist. Racist. We're not all the same.
Even the white guy in the back is saying that's racist.
Oh, you know the Buzzfeed video you did. We
Yeah.
should play that one.
Perfect timing.
Perfect
What a
timing.
great
Good
segue.
Yeah. Xander, do you have that?
Hey, so where are you from again?
Tennessee.
No, where are you really from?
God, like, how do you eat with a fork and knife? That's so hard. I could never do that. Your English is great. Were you adopted?
So how come you only hang out with other white people?
You must be really bad at math.
Come on, guys. Don't you have trouble telling white people apart? Like, I can't tell you guys apart.
Hey, look at me. I'm white.
You know, you're so unlucky you're white because your people are just naturally fat.
Do you have a normal name too, or just your white name? Are your parents like super white?
Hey, do you watch How I Met Your Mother? I'm so into white culture.
I love white accents. Hey, I ate cheese.
You know, I've been really into Western religions lately. Like, I love how they're so angry and uptight, you know? I decorated my whole house in crosses. Who's hungry?
You're Italian? I love pasta. A pizza pie. A pizza pie. Your parents must have been super not strict. Did you just do whatever you wanted? Oh my God, 2 forks? That would look totally cute in my hair. I just love dating white guys because they're so large and overbearing.
Hey, you know I'm really into white girls. Just white girls. Hey, where you going? Come on. Come on, I bet you're really opinionated. Probably a little dumb.
I have like kind of round eyes, so I'm practically white.
And we're back, and this is rather loud. I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit. Look, it's getting people like that. That was funny.
Did you
And-
watch it? Oh, are they LOLing? Oh,
Yeah, they
nice.
are. They're lolling. I watched this one, not one that you were in, but in the same. Maybe I shouldn't talk about it. Did you see the one with the woman that's jogging? I think it was a no, it wasn't.
Yes, I know the guy that did it.
Oh, you did?
Uh-huh.
I thought that was really funny.
He's a white guy who uses the pseudonym Ken Tanaka.
Yes.
He speaks fluent Japanese. It's like he was an actor on Breaking Bad. He was one of the side characters.
That's right.
We've met before and we have mutual friends.
His other videos are hilarious as well, but that
Yeah.
one, that one's really hilarious. I mean, I don't end up thinking about. It's interesting being Asian American because you don't think of yourself as Asian like all the time.
No, we're
And
just whatever, and then
And then
people
someone
just
brings it up
Totally.
constantly. So it's like you can't not be reminded that you look different or whatever. It's not offensive necessarily, but I don't think people spend a lot of time like. I mean, like if I walked around saying like, "It's so interesting that you're white," you know, it would confuse people. It happens all the time to Asian people. You get
Wow.
asked questions that are. And this Chinese girl named I'm friends with posted a video on her Facebook a few days ago.
Yeah, face poppies. It's like over 5 million hits on that video that we just watched now.
Yeah.
So I know
super viral.
it got circulated a lot. Like I heard from other people who were just like, oh my God, like someone at lunch was just like, I saw this video, have you seen it? And they played it for everyone, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I know that person. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
that a lot. So
Yeah.
it makes me happy to know that people are like getting something from it, because I think it's
Yeah.
the first time people really see it, like an Asian people mocking white people. Is that horrible to say? But like it's kind of funny.
I don't know that it's mocking. Yeah, maybe mocking, but it's really contextualizing the Asian American experience.
Yes.
There's one called.
See how it feels.
Yeah, there's a similar one for black people.
Yep.
I said black people as if I was nervous about saying black people.
You can say black people, black
I'm
folks.
allowed to say black people.
I know you don't see. Honestly, I love that thing. Like, especially what like a group of white people will do is they'll talk like, haha, it's at a restaurant, what's that? And then so this guy, so he was black, and they get, you know, it's like almost it's like their little secret,
I
that
don't
they had
know.
to say the word black, you know, and it's just. I don't think it's a problem generally.
it
I feel like it's
confuses
like
me.
more of an issue if people feel uptight about it.
I wonder if it's because they have like it's hard. I
Yeah.
don't know how
It's
to
white guilt.
Yeah,
White
see,
guilt. It's white guilt.
I don't know if
It is.
it's guilt, like they're not allowed to say it, or that people will assume something if they say.
I think that what it is really is the rules have been changed so many times. What's allowed to be said?
Yeah.
Nobody really knows fully.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh my God. Okay. Do we finally have? I knew this was gonna happen.
Of
Okay,
course.
that's fine.
Yeah, that's deleted. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I get. You know what's fun about being here? Approaching. What? It's green.
Well, we'll talk. Anyway, basically, a message was deleted because someone said something really
Special.
special. Because that's what happens. Like
Well,
Asians online, man.
the
Being
thing I-
Asian online, especially a woman in public, there's always people who want to say heinous,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, you can imagine
things.
this particular job it used to require it a lot more than now, but I used
Yeah.
to be out here a lot more often, and a lot of things I would get are like a lot of ring jokes. Like a lot of like
Ring?
like the ring, or a lot of
Oh,
grudge
the ring.
jokes.
Oh, grudge. Yeah.
This guy used to come in every night and call me Panda Express, which I liked. I actually thought that was hilarious. He'd be like, "Hey, Panda Express." I'm like, I haven't heard that used as a as a term for.
Oh no, there's a
Yeah.
lot of like New York street harassment that starts off with like, "Hey, fried rice."
Hey, fried
Hey,
rice.
fried rice. Hey, orange chicken.
Hey, orange chicken.
I know, it's so stupid. Like, you really think that's gonna give you points to
Yeah,
like call
it's-
me something?
A food item. That's so funny. At my high school, the demographic was 45% white, 45%
Percent Asian and 5% other. So that's Pancake Panda 3D. Where did you grow up? I'm curious because that's kind of like me. We were like 30% Asian, 20% Latino in Torrance.
Right.
And so people
Right.
sometimes they would meet me and they'd be like, "You're such a loud Asian," you know? Like, and it's almost like I'm a weird creature. And they're like, "Where did you come from?" And I'm like, "Well,
You're such a loud Asian.
I know."
Why? You know what I used to get? I went to Canada. I would like certain parts of Canada are really, really, really cosmopolitan, and I was in like some like not as called cosmopolitan parts of Canada. And
Yeah.
people were like asking me, they were telling me I spoke English really well, and I was talking like this. So one of the things I started saying was like, "Thank you so much. I only moved here 2 months ago, and I really wanted to make it a goal to speak perfect English, and I worked really hard. And 2 months later, this is how I sound."
What did they
So,
say?
Like people were,
believed you.
some of them did, and some of them were like, like I remember one in particular at a McDonald's was like, "That's what I love about you people. You like are so dedicated, and you actually." I'm like,
Fuck them.
thank you, fire
That
truck.
is so funny.
No, right? Yeah.
Peter
it's
Pepper picked a
bad.
peck of pickled peppers. I just moved here last week. That's so fucked up, right?
Yeah.
I've
Well, it
totally
might have
gotten
been
that
fucked up that
because
I did
we
it.
have this model minority stereotype, like we're the good ones
Right.
as opposed to the bad minorities, which
Right.
is so fucked up on so many levels.
Oh my God.
I've actually had someone talk to me on the phone, try to sell me. It was like for Better Business Bureau is when I had this other like business of mine. This guy is on the phone. He's trying to sell me a Better Business Bureau subscription. And he was like, "Oh, getting my name," and somehow I told him my last name, like Yang, and he's like, "Oh, are you Asian?" And I'm like, "Yes." And then he, honestly, this is him trying to sell me a subscription to like be on the Better Business Bureau, right? He goes, "I really love Asians." And I just love, because some people, they come to this country and they don't care
Shut
at
up.
all about fitting in,
Shut up. He did
learning the
not.
language.
Shut up. He did
He
not
totally
do
tried to
that.
say that to me as if that was going to make me like him more. Like, "You're a good Asian.
Because-
Asians are great."
Because you try to fit in with us. Is that what he? Oh my God.
I'm
that
like,
was the
do you understand
implication?
how messed up that is and how there's so many factors involved with like assimilating or not, quote unquote, and I was just like, oh God, there's some weird shit. So anyway,
What do you say to that?
I hope you guys enjoyed the Buzzfeed video because that I felt like was like a short way of us trying to kind of
It's
put it back on
Contextualizing.
yeah, to be like, this is what we have to deal with.
Yes, contextualizing for sure. There was that video I talked about with the one I mentioned with the woman who's getting asked all those questions.
Yeah.
So you
Where
guys
you from?
know-
The where
yeah,
you
where
from?
are you
Yeah,
from?
video.
You speak
Fr-
such
by
good
Ken Tanaka.
English. you know, I love sushi. We should get sushi sometime, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I have that conversation literally like at least 2 to 3 times a month.
Yeah.
With people. It's so common that
Yeah.
people want to like identify with you. It's maybe sometimes well-meaning, but definitely reflects not knowing much about what the experience of being a minority in this country is.
Yeah.
You know, like they have to, it's lazy. I don't know. How did you
It
feel
is.
about the Avril Lavigne Hello Kitty music video?
Oh my God. I'm just tired of white people wearing non-white people as costumes. That's really honestly what I get totally. I'm just saying,
Gwen
except for
Stefani.
maybe Comic-Con, but like especially like if you're like an artist and you're trying to spice it up, don't wear Asians as a
Yeah.
costume. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
Don't chink it up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Gwen Stefani's Harajuku Girls, when she first came out with them, there was that terrible, terrible lyric in one of her songs. Like, I dress them wicked, I give them names.
Yeah.
And everyone was totally okay with it. And I tried to point out at my high school, I'm like, you guys, if she had 4 black girls behind her,
Yeah.
and told her, and the lyric was like, my black girls, I like to dress them up and give them names and
Yeah.
stuff. It's like, people would be up in arms, and somehow it was okay for her to be doing that. And it's still a lifestyle brand. I'm really not okay with Gwen Stefani's Harajuku Girls.
I know.
I'm really not.
I
okay
think
with
it's
them.
different. Like, so for example, I know people love cosplay culture and dressing up as different anime characters or whatever, and I totally get that. And that's like a very personal experience. It's like an expression of yourself as a person.
Right.
But like when you're like a big star and you have a huge platform and you're like a multi-million-dollar business and you're gonna like basically appropriate
Right.
someone
right.
else's culture and
Yeah.
use it to like make money off of it,
Right.
and not honestly probably not do it that much honor.
Yeah, no,
You know,
with minimal research and
totally.
in a superficial way.
Like I have this joke, and it's actually a video on my JennyYang.tv videos page, but like I have a joke where I make fun of this club in Vegas called Tao. Have you guys heard of? Do you guys know about Tao in Vegas?
Tao, yes.
Internet folks, like. 'Cause
I've
honestly, have you seen the billboards? For the longest time that we would stare, the billboards had the back of a lovely naked woman and her upper ass crack, and then on the other side there'd be like a golden Buddha, you know, for the Buddhists. And in the
Right.
middle it would say Tao, always a happy ending.
Oh my God.
I'm like, how is this okay that this Asian themed nightclub is using fucking rub and tug, you know, massage parlor, exploited, sexually trafficked,
Yeah.
undocumented women shit
Yeah.
as like this like fantasy thing for people to come and go party and drink and booze? Like, it's just not okay for me,
It's
you know?
really, it isn't. But you
Anyway.
know, part of the problem though. Sorry to get all political, guys. No, I don't apologize for it. It's fine. It's fine.
It's just
We
the
don't
realness.
get-
It's just me. It's me.
No,
it's
no.
me.
No,
it's
no,
me.
it's good. It's good.
It's how I think.
We're
It's
getting
who
real
I
here,
am.
guys. Real, and then I'm going to point out the windscreen on this game, which is hilarious.
Oh, wow.
It's. I do you think it's because the Asian American community in general is not vocal and up in arms about things like that?
No, I think it comes and goes, and you know, we're still growing. We're the fastest growing ethnic group in America, by the way, as of the
Oh.
last census. Yeah,
I don't know. Are we? How large is that group? Does it encompass
we're
like Pacific
about
Islanders?
18 million right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So
do
but
they encompass like
Pacific Islander? Yeah.
Islanders and Indians and stuff?
It's tough
as part
because we're
of
so
Asian?
diverse, but
Right.
as a group, you know. But yeah, we have been speaking up. We just don't have as much of a public history
Right.
with the American public as, say,
Right.
the Black Civil Rights Movement. But
Right.
Asian Americans were part of the Civil Rights Movement in the 60s and
Mm-hmm.
so on, and farm workers movement, Filipinos. Like, it's just, I don't know, people don't want to see us as rabble-rousers. They want to see
No.
us as, like, polite
Subservient
folks.
and polite and yeah.
And also because we had, like, a very specific immigration policy from America that only drew in certain technical, educated
Right.
folks from the motherlands, you know what I mean?
Yeah, who are interested in kind of keeping their heads down so that they could make their way
Yes.
through the yes.
So we have a very diverse and also bifurcated kind of like weird kind of mushed together Asian American community, you know?
Absolutely. And Guru is pointing out here he's found the ad and he's put it up for your viewing pleasure.
Oh, fucking A. And I do know the first 2 letters on her back say Kwai Lo, which is
Happy.
happiness or joy or bliss, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I don't know what the next 2, but
Look at this. These are interesting.
What?
Because I think these are the default. These are the default top score names that they put in that are meant to be replaced by people.
and they're like fucked up
I don't know what.
Asian-y names. Do you see this?
M. Ricefield.
M. Ricefield.
M. Ricefield. Great.
Can you just imagine like a programmer in the early 1980s? He's like this like, you know, like super nerdy white guy who was just like, you know what? I can make up whatever I want. And he just said straight up M. Ricefield.
M. Ricefield. Lucky Susumu. I
Lucky
don't even know what that is.
Zengi Nankin. Gengi Haya. Haya!
Gengi Haya.
Masami Pone.
Wow.
Gen Tamura. At least Gen Tamura sounds like
Sounds
it could
like
be
an
kind of a
actual
name.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know some like, you know.
Hammer and Harry.
Are we gonna play?
I don't. Do you want to give this one a shot?
Okay, I'm
It's
scared.
interesting.
But
Oh, this has just got the one. It's just got the one button.
okay, I'm gonna do this. I was
do
reading
it.
some other stuff earlier. I forgot what to.
Oh yeah, sorry guys. You could. We don't mean to be.
Yeah,
ignoring
right.
you,
Face
absolutely.
poppies. What would happen to the Washington Redskins? What am I doing?
There you go. You got it already.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, you're doing it.
Oh shite! Am I supposed to battle him with all of this stuff? Oh, I can't. He can't do that.
No, wait. That was the demo.
I was like, what am
It
I
was
doing?
timed so well. I thought it was. Wait, hold on.
Okay. How embarrassing is that? I'm like, I'm
I've done-
kicking ass.
I've done that before.
Okay, so how does this work? Here we go. I'll figure it out with the buttons.
So Face Poppy says, so yeah, what do you think would happen if the Washington Redskins were called the Washington Yellowskins?
Yeah, it's the same. It's like, it would not be okay, man. The thing is, we don't have as much of a apparatus, like, and numbers-wise yet, to be like the Black Civil Rights Movement. Oh, how do I, okay, let's just, okay, before I do anything, oh, okay, that's jump.
That's hammer.
Oh. Oh, here we go. Here we go. In your face. Base in your face right now.
You know what's funny? I don't know that this game is racist because it's so
Woohoo!
bizarre. It's like
What's up with that guy? That's funny. Oh, could I have gone in there?
I have no idea. Probably don't want to go in there.
Is this all I'm doing? Oh, there's thugs throwing things at
They're
me.
throwing ramen
They're
bowls.
throwing ramen balls at me. Oh, snap. I love that.
You know this is not an Asian-made game because Asians would
Ah!
not condone wasting food.
I know. And the ramen bowl just hit my head, which means game over. Oh, so I can't hammer the ramen bowls. I have to avoid them.
I saw you. I think you could.
I love that at some point in the 80s. I'm running away now. I don't want to get hit by the ramen. I love that at some point in the 80s. They just said we want a Japanesey game
Yeah.
with a oh, that's like a good hard hat.
The Japanese guy killing construction workers with a
Yeah.
hammer.
And we're just going to have Japan just explode all over the place like ramen bowls and fucking
But my favorite thing was I think that ramen place was called Drew's Diner,
yeah.
if I was reading correctly, which if I had a dime for every ramen place I went to
Dude,
called
this is the
Drew's
kind of
Diner.
arcade game I can play. It's just hit and jump.
Right.
How did I do? I feel like... Oh, am I playing?
Yeah, I think you gotta hit his own things back at him.
Oh, I fucked up.
It's all good.
I didn't know there was a thing. I wanted to know from the actual legit gamer folks, like, how I did. Because I feel like I don't want to embarrass myself, you know?
No, it looks decent.
I don't know.
I think you did it.
Did I?
Yeah, it's
How did I do?
you did good. People say it's not racist, but when you apply it to other races, and suddenly it gets uncomfortable. But I think the Asian community is probably closer to Native Americans and African Americans in terms of awareness of prejudice.
Face Poppies and I will get along. I have a feeling. Yeah, no, it's true. So this is the thing. We don't have as much of an apparatus
Right.
the way that the black folks do because they just have a longer history. There's
Right.
more of a, with the public.
Right.
So people still don't know how to deal with Asian Americans in a public setting. Like
Right.
we don't have. I wish we had like a Asian American Jesse Jackson.
Yeah,
or
we
you know, or Reverend Al Sharpton, who when shit goes down, like we just have like an Asian American Al Sharpton show up, and you know that shit is gonna get handled, right?
Who would be the closest thing that we have to something like that?
We don't have anyone because you
Yeah.
know Al Sharpton had a theatrical personality. You know,
Yeah.
he had the pressed hair.
Yeah.
He's skinny now, so that doesn't. I feel like girth helps to be a civil rights leader for some reason. I want like a big, like I want Psy, basically Gangnam style Psy, but angrier. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Mexicans need one of those too. Like we need someone who will just show up for the publicity. And people will have different opinions about Reverend Al Sharpton, but like someone who will just bring the cameras, bring the eyes to be like, look, this is not okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we will fight. So.
You know what's funny? I do.
Hey, that's racist, face poppies. I thought we were gonna get along. Now you just had to do a crack on Mexicans. That's not cool. But how about when Jeremy Lin? Y'all know Jeremy Lin, right? When
Yeah.
Linsanity happened,
Yeah.
it like blew up, and then
Yeah.
like
Oh, that comment.
there were so many comments, like journalists,
awful.
you know, public people. They didn't know how to like talk about Asians. Like
Yeah.
they just don't know. Like, oh, let's like put Jeremy Lin's head popping out of a fortune cookie. How is that okay? Could you imagine Carmelo Anthony's head popping out of like LeBron James' head popping out of like a watermelon that's split open? How fucked up is that? Can you imagine? Like there's like
Yeah.
weird shit like that happening on ESPN, you know?
And yet I mean they got flack for it, but you're right, there was no main person leading that particular the protests.
No.
Yeah, it was like a general.
But we do have folks who are like bloggers. Like, so we have a lot
Sure.
of bloggers, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Who will
And-
like get the word out. Like Angry Asian Man's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Phil Yu.
And I feel like it's funny, but definitely in the Asian American community, it's a lot of it is combated with humor.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the humor that
Yeah.
like the voices that are like what's her face? Who cares what her name is? The UCLA girl with the Ching Chong Ping Pong.
Ching Chong Ping Pong's
The-
video that she put up from
Yeah.
the library.
Yeah, that's
Asians in
what-
the Library. That's what it was called.
Yeah. The best thing that I saw, I mean, I'm glad it happened because the videos that Asian, second generation Asian American kids made in response, where they've turned, they remixed it and turned it into, that was possibly the best response.
Yep.
Because those things went viral and it contextualized how ridiculous it was, and
Yeah.
in a way that was super super shareable.
Yes.
But there too, I don't believe you're right. There wasn't one person like pointing out how awful it was.
I love how someone said, "I can be it." Forever Playa. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Lady, whatever.
Would that be a burden that you would want to bear?
I don't know. Because I do get riled up about stuff, you know what I mean? So, who knows? Oh, I love Golden Goku 1 said, sad part, fortune cookies are not even Asian. They're like Asian American.
Yeah.
I watched a documentary on this, but that's a good point. That's like Asian American.
There's a documentary on fortune cookies.
Yeah, about because it was a disputed between two Japanese American families.
Oh.
Yeah, about
Oh.
who started.
So it's not even Chinese.
No,
it's Japanese.
I don't think so.
American. Interesting.
But I love how I was making fun of face poppies for like, saying like a racist thing right after, making a racist joke right after I said that we'd get along, and someone was like, heel turn. I don't know, I thought that was funny.
Yeah, I mean, didn't hear because he was like, "What the hell are fortune cookies?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, fettuccine alfredo is not Italian?
No, it's not.
No.
Really?
Italy, they do not have a creamy white sauce. No such thing.
Wow.
American.
You learn
Caesar
something new.
Caesar salad is also Mexican American.
Wow.
Yeah, Caesar
Really?
is actually Spanish, as in Cesar.
Oh my god.
I know,
We're all
it's not even
multi-cultural.
Italian.
I love
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of Chinese American food,
Yeah,
Like, it's
orange
Chinese
chicken. Oh wait, no,
American.
we have orange chicken back in the motherland.
I know, I go into a Panda Express, I'm like, this is not Chinese, this is not Japanese, it's a mixture.
Yeah, it's saucy.
I want to address Mindful Smiles' statement about forget racism, there's badder stuff happening on this planet. I would disagree with that because racism is a part of the badder stuff.
Yeah, like
It's just a part of it. It all intersects Mindful Smile. That's what I think.
Yeah.
It's not, I'm not going to be only talking about being Asian, or
Yeah.
being a person of color. Like, I actually used to work for a labor union, so I actually worked a lot on like class and kind of working people's issues.
Right.
And that's still a part of me, but like,
And
there's like gender stuff. There's like really fucked up misogyny shit.
yeah. I took a course in college about how a lot of the, never mind, this is about to get real cerebral real fast. It's okay. I won't
Hey,
say
I
anything.
quoted W.E.B. Du Bois at
Well,
the top. What?
Well, it was
Du Bois.
a series of classes I took were pointing to the fact that like socioeconomic differences are, you know, at the root of, like, it's where a lot of racism starts because
Yes.
because a lot of people associate like things that happen amongst the poor people with a certain race, but it's like a weird cyclical recursive thing.
Yes.
Right? So a lot of
Totally.
things that people associate with like poor habits or like a certain status with a certain race, it's really a socioeconomic thing that they're identifying and applying it to a race and creating that stereotype around that situation.
Totally.
Which was very eye-opening because, you know, so like people like, so Eminem, for example, right, has mannerisms that you would associate with being African American.
Yeah.
And you know, he's been accused of being a poser and all that stuff, but really he grew up in a very socioeconomically like poor situation.
Yes.
Right? And so, and a lot of the people are in that situation because of racism,
Yeah.
keeping them from having opportunities. It's all cyclical, recursive, super complicated, and to ask people to be able to see past it and like understand is hard.
Yeah.
It requires a lot of knowledge for people to get over their racism.
Yeah. I don't know if
So-
Matt Vassaleros is still here. He said hi at the top, and
I
he's
think he
like,
was trying
peace
to-
out.
I think he was trying to figure out how to use the Skype.
Really?
And then maybe he got frustrated and like.
Was he
dropped
gonna
out.
Skype?
Called me, tried to Skype in, but couldn't get it to work.
Oh, bummer.
Sad face. I want to hang out
He
with.
may actually be stopping by.
Oh, Matt.
To pick up something, but I don't know if he
Oh.
So the timestamp is on there in case you're wondering. So
Yes.
Yeah. So,
I want to try to hang out here as long as I can.
hell yeah, we love that. We all need to just go. All
This
we
is
need
so
to do
fun, you guys. I love talking to the internet. I
Groove.
do.
It's pretty cool here. You get a mishmash of opinions and a lot of people popping in and telling me I should get back in the well. That's
Get back into in the what?
No, Jace does.
That's racist.
What?
Jace, you know, in the ring, Jace does that sometimes.
Oh, shit.
He goes just for fun. He'll be like, "Get back in my TV." But
Yeah, I used to have longer hair, and I scared myself one time late at night. I started like accidentally seeing the mirror.
yeah,
Cause, dude, I mean, I almost kind of love that they translated like that kind of Asian horror genre to an American audience, because growing up, the white kids did not understand the kind of fears that I had. Because I grew up watching really low budget but really freaky,
Hong Kong like horror
like Hong
films.
Kong, exactly.
Yeah.
Hong
Ugh.
Kong and Chinese horror films. I want to know if anyone has seen those like original 80s and 90s like horror films, because like there's the ghosts that are like super sad and pale faced, and they have long hair and it
Long
covers their
hair.
face, and they float.
Yeah, and they're always like this.
They
And
float.
sometimes they hop.
So there's a difference. So I usually forgot what the difference was, but like there's like the ghosty floaty ones, and then there's the ones that are like the Chinese zombies. And then they
Yes,
would
the
be like
zombies.
they always wore some weird like Qing Ming Dynasty.
Yeah, with the long sleeves.
with the long sleeves, and they would bounce, they would hop,
yeah,
like
which
little
is also
crickets.
terrifying. Yeah.
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 And you needed like a special shaman to do an incantation
Yeah.
and do something with like some special like Chinese calligraphy on like a yellow piece of paper, and then slap it on the
forehead. And that's what like gets them to disappear. Yeah.
So they'll be hopping at you, and then the shaman would have to do the calligraphy really fast, and say some incantation, and then like, I don't know, lick his palm and be like bloop, and like tag the forehead of the creepy zombie with this like sheet of calligraphy.
Yeah, and it would vanquish them.
I don't know would
so
it
funny.
do, right?
Yeah.
When you think about it, it's like in the recesses of my childhood fears.
I didn't even think about how weird it is until
It's so weird.
talking about it now in front of people that don't.
You can't
didn't grow up
translate
with it.
like you can't translate hopping Ming Dynasty Chinese zombies to like an American audience. They would just laugh at it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it
'Cause
doesn't
it looks
sound
so
terrifying.
stupid.
You stick a piece of paper in their head.
Yeah,
and they
Mindful Smile. Them films look scary as hell. Yeah, so some of them have seen it.
maybe-
Okay, so Face Poppies hasn't seen Chinese horror. Yeah, no, Chinese crime dramas are great.
Yeah.
But like Chinese horror, it's like iffy. It's like Chinese horror. I feel like horror is very closely related to comedy.
Culture. Oh, I see.
Yeah, comedy
Yeah.
and culture too, because like timing, like Asian stuff is more broad. Wow, someone just coughed really loudly.
Yeah.
Moonak. Oh, who said that? Moonak, I think it was called. But yeah, I feel like sometimes like horror and comedy internationally, it's harder to translate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Asian comedy is more broad.
Well, there's this one thing that always terrified me, which I never understood why this didn't cross the pond. In
Our huge
Asian
Pacific
horror,
pond.
yeah, there's the character of the one that's got the really long tongue and the bleeding eyes, and it was described to me like, because I used to watch Chinese horrors that had that. It was terrifying, and I asked my mom what the hell that was about. She says people don't really realize if you've been hanging for a long time, your tongue, like the full length of your tongue, comes out of your throat, gets really long, and then your eyeballs bleed because of the pressure. So that's why those ghosts look like that. And I'm like, that is effing terrifying. And I don't know why that is not a character in like international horror.
Yeah. No, that would
image
be
itself is terrifying.
that image will translate across cultures.
Right, people will understand that that's not some lick your finger, put a paper on your
Yeah.
head shit.
And growing up, I would hang out with like other like just Chinese, more immigrant-y people, and I would hear them talk about like ghost stories, and I've stopped. Whenever that happened, I just stopped being in the room, because Asian and Chinese-y ghost stories are so freaky.
Oh, they're fucked up. I like stop myself from saying the F word, but yeah, they're fucked up.
Did we just get another? What is up with deleting more stuff?
Oh, it's when you post a link, sometimes it gets deleted.
Oh, I see.
Just to
I was like,
prevent
Ninja
spamming.
Okami, don't say something racist and weird. But it was just automatically deleted. Oh, where's Jackie Chan from? Jackie Chan's from Hong Kong. Yeah. Big Trouble in Little China. I forgot about that. That's like a long time ago. No? I don't know if I've seen that.
I have such mixed feelings about that movie because on the one hand, it's definitely very racist.
Yeah.
But not ill-intentioned racism. It's
Yeah.
really like just from the filmmakers not understanding that those images were not exactly kosher. But it gave James Hong a huge start in the industry.
Yeah, James Hong.
And the other guy who's got the fucked up eye,
Yeah.
whatever his name is, it gave him a huge start
Yeah.
as well. So that's why I get a little bit, I'm they were trying to do their thing and it put them on the map. So in a way, it's okay.
I was trying to see, someone else was saying something earlier. I don't know if we could scroll up, but
Oh, I think so. If we haven't addressed your comments, guys, you should repost them and then
yeah, I saw something earlier. I was going to comment, but
I do want to point out real fast for people tuning in a little bit later right now that Jenny Yang is starting a comedy tour, Disoriented Comedy. It's her brainchild. It's,
with two other people.
With two other people. It's not just a great event that is going to be. It's not just in LA, right? It's moving out of
Yeah,
LA.
if you go to disorientedcomedy.com and you go to the about, you'll see all the different cities that we've done. We've done a lot of LA shows because we're based in LA.
Cool.
But we've done New York and DC recently, Seattle a couple times, Portland,
Nice.
Fresno. We actually had our biggest show in Fresno. It was sold out Tower Theater.
Interesting.
Yeah, 700 seats. We did Oakland, San Francisco.
Super cool.
We want to take it to Orange County and San Diego.
Cool.
I think soon. And then Austin, Texas, Twin Cities, and Portland again later.
There are Texas, eh? You sure?
Austin,
Are
yeah.
you sure? Oh, Austin's gonna be okay.
Yeah, Austin. What's going on here? I just want to pinch those cheeks. Which cheeks? Are you talking about my baby cheeks? Oh, Moonak. Yeah. That's right. That's the creature Moonak. You want to pinch the Moonak cheeks, face poppies, or no? Forever Playa. I think Forever Playa was the one earlier that mentioned something that I wanted to comment on.
Oh, Forever, repost your comments, please.
Yeah.
That way we can look at them. Is your comedy tour as funny as Bowfinger?
Because that shit was off the hook!
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and say that Disoriented Comedy is as funny as
We have a
Bowfinger, if not
great
more.
show. We have a great show.
Yeah?
Full circle, you guys. Man, we got comedians up in the freaking live stream here.
They
They all know how to do callbacks.
Yeah.
I know. I do have cheeks, Forever Playa. I hope you're talking about my cheeks. You just want to pinch my cheeks, right? Come on.
I want to point out for the locals in LA too, and then this will replay tomorrow during the rebroadcast. Tuesday Night Cafe is a huge thing for the local performance.
LA community. Yeah, like, so we actually met through Tuesday Night Cafe.
Yes,
If
way
you
back
go to,
when.
Yeah, way back when.
You-
TuesdayNightProject.org. Before I did stand-up comedy, I used to perform poetry.
Yes, absolutely. You actually read something that you wrote that I was crying about. I think that was my first exposure
You guys,
to you.
I made people cry. I know.
Yeah, it was my first exposure to you. It was like a, it was a It was a piece about your mother and your father.
Oh,
I
God.
remember. And it was, and you started crying.
Oh my God.
And then I started crying.
I made
and then
everyone cry.
started crying. And I was like, man, she's talented.
Oh, thank you.
But-
Oh, you're so nice.
And just then, I was in the crowd. I didn't realize that we mutually knew Glenn and all
Yeah.
that stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, no. Tuesday, if you go to TuesdayNightProject.org, that is actually the nonprofit that this Saturday's show is going to benefit.
Oh, cool.
So this
Very cool.
Saturday's show is going to be in Little Tokyo. It's in the space behind where Tuesday Night Project happens,
Oh,
which
cool.
is this 16-year-long, multidisciplinary, free, mostly Asian American artists kind of performance space. And it's very community oriented, and they're the ones that nurtured me into who I am today. And so for our 2-year anniversary for Disoriented Comedy, we've already produced 24 shows in the last 2 years,
Nice.
all around the country. We decided, let's bring it back to LA,
Nice.
July 2014, exactly 2 years later, benefit Tuesday Night Project.
Nice.
So,
Very cool. And Guru has done us the kind service of posting that link there.
yay! Thank you, Guru.
Thank you. You can click on that and check that out.
Baby cheek.
Yeah. Now, I know we're running short on time here. I know you've got a set to do.
Yes.
Down at
Sardo's. I'm heading over to Sardo's in Burbank right
Yep.
now. Yeah.
Very cool, very busy woman. But there was a time when I first knew you, you were not an entertainment
No.
person. What prompted the transition?
Oh, girl, that is a whole other show. Yeah, I don't know. I've always had opinions. And I think for me, I just wanted to honor my creativity more.
I see.
We're going to get hippy dippy around the campfire. Yeah, and I just life is too short, Jennifer.
Was there a moment in your previous career where you're like, fuck this, I'm going to do comedy instead?
I think it was more, fuck this, I need to take my creativity and my writing more seriously.
Gotcha.
But there were a couple moments when I wasn't doing entertainment, when I actually was approached by people, including you and other people, saying, "Oh, you should do." Who would be like, "Oh, do you have other stuff?"
Yeah.
I did a showcase randomly for NBC casting people, and
Yeah.
there was a thing, and
Right.
I was the only one that they called back. And I
Nice.
wasn't gonna go to grad school in urban planning. It was I was not even thinking about it, but I did it because it was as a favor for
Right.
the Tuesday Night Project space.
Right. I think I remember you talking about that.
I know.
Yeah. I'm recalling now that the first time I approached you about a hosting job was in a previous company I worked with.
And you were a producer, yeah.
I was producing trailers for books.
Yeah.
And I thought you would be, and honestly, I reached out to you back then because I was thinking the only hosts we had there was no diversity in the
Yeah.
hosting. So I thought I would reach out to, and the only Asian American entertainment person or entertaining person that I knew at the moment was you. So I was trying to, but you said no.
I know. It's because
know.
I think I wasn't embracing.
You weren't fully in the entertainment thing
No.
yet. Yeah.
No, not
Yeah,
at all.
You didn't.
My
believe
poetry
in
was just a
yourself.
hobby. No, definitely not.
Yeah.
I was working in politics.
And look at you now.
Oh.
No, honestly, in
you.
two-ish short years, you've popped onto everybody's radar, and it's amazing.
Thank you.
And you started, and for those of you at home who were fans of Game Talk Live, Jenny was Paul's intern.
Oh.
Yeah, Paul had a
Before the morning after. For the morning after.
after the morning after. Oh no! During the same time, he was doing a show here about game.
Yes,
game
I
and
remember
talk show
that.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know Paul.
Yeah.
What up, Paul Neihart? Yeah, no, it was great. I was an intern for the morning after, just across the way from here.
Yep. Yes, indeed. Silva the Great asks, "What is your opinion of Asians being portrayed in video games?"
I don't know, honestly, Silva, I don't know that much about the way the video games are today. My nephew is a huge gamer. I learn a lot from him, actually.
Cool.
And my writing partner, Thomas Reyes, what up? He's a huge gamer, so I kind of get there. But, they'll tell me, I would hear stuff about GTA 5 or, but I don't know if, it's Asian. It's just more women, I think
Yeah.
women in gaming is just more of just a big chunk to kind of bite off of
Yeah, it's a
as far as
whole-
an issue.
That is definitely a whole other thing. It's getting way better really quickly.
Yeah.
And that's just a natural.
I'm glad. I just feel like, I don't know, we just,
I don't worry about it because what it is people used to freak out and act like the video gaming industry had some kind of responsibility to portray women a certain way. But the video gaming industry is not a social industry, a social activistic, whatever industry as it is. They're just servicing a audience, right?
Yeah.
And since most of their consumers are males, I'm like, they're just appealing to males. That's why I never worried, because I'm like, as soon as women start playing video games, they're just going to chase that money and appeal to women, and that's what's happening. So it's sorting itself out. It's sorting
capitalism.
itself out. Yeah. Girls in games are just big boobs, says Mindful Smile.
Yeah, that's probably the tendency, right?
Yeah, but who doesn't like big
depends.
boobs? Oh, okay, never mind. That game is racist. The game is racist for the sake of being
The
racist.
sake of being racist,
This
yeah.
one? Hammer and Harry?
No, GTA 5 doesn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Moobot.
Moobot's very
Moobot's a helpful plugger. So yeah, I gotta go soon, but I don't know if we're wrapping up. But
We are, you know what we're going to do is we prepared for the fact that you would have to go be funny professionally elsewhere. And we downloaded a bunch of your videos.
Oh my
so
God.
we'll be able to play them for people here who are interested in more of your work. And you guys at home, you can check out jennyyang.tv for more information. And for all the latest updates, you can follow her on her Twitter,
I love being on Twitter,
Facebook.
you guys. I want to see all of your handles. Like I'm gonna remember all of your handles now, like Static Klingon and Pancake Panda 3D, Mindful Smile, Civil the Great. Like, yeah, like let's talk on Twitter. Like you know what I like to do? I like to do like right before I go to bed, late night tweeting. So
Cool. Those
that's
are
the
the thoughts.
funnest. The last synapses. You know what I mean?
Firing off.
Firing off.
Yeah.
So I would really like to learn more about games and stuff, because people that I'm surrounded are like huge gamers.
Yeah,
I'm just carpal tunnel-y, so I just can't get into it, and I have to like spend time doing other stuff. But I love you guys. You guys are the best.
This is the right crowd to
Teach
stay
me
informed.
about
Yeah.
some like good entry level games for me, because I like this game. I actually liked Hammer and Harry because it has a joystick too. It's
Yeah.
not like you know what I mean. I feel like it's less
Yeah, it's less
stressful
stress.
on the
Low impact.
Yeah. I like that kind of stuff. Please don't tweet me unless it's about Bowfinger.
And with that, why don't we throw to one of your videos? And
Yes.
you guys can, and thank you very much for stopping by. We'll be rebroadcasting this tomorrow at 5 p.m. PST, guys. And follow Jenny and like her. And thank you so much for coming by.
谢谢，大家再见。I don't want to pay bills. I don't want to pay bills. I don't want to pay. I want to be there now. I want to be there now. No. I don't know where I'm going. Mama. Where's my Wi-Fi? Hate you, Wi-Fi. I hate you. I wanted soy. 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 We should start, huh? Okay. My name is Jenny Yang, and I'm a writer and comedian. Right now, I am producing an all-female Asian American stand-up comedy show called DisorientedComedy.com. We are taking our all sold-out shows in Southern California and bringing it to the masses in other cities. So it didn't really happen for me in terms of realizing that I wanted to do comedy until just a few years ago, because I was a good Asian. So right now we are here at the David Henry Wong Theater, and there's so many reasons why this is so inspirational and awesome. David Henry Wong Theater houses a bunch of different amazing Asian American arts institutions, and overall they just incubate and encourage and nourish a lot of Asian American artists. So when I was younger, I always wrote poetry. That was, for some reason, that was like my little thing. And I used to write it and give it to my friend who also wrote a lot of poetry. And we just loved writing, and we're big nerds. Like, we used to like use SAT words in conversation. I just wrote poetry forever. And then when I got to college, I realized, wow, like there's these other kids, especially the other students of color that I work together with on like organizations, who performed their poetry. And that's when sort of like the tail end of the spoken word movement was still kind of hot. And so I was like, wow, like there's these awesome people who love hip hop, who write poetry and they perform it. And maybe I could do that too. So I did that a lot in college. And when I came out here in LA after college, I realized a lot of the poetry I performed was either super emotional and sad, or silly and just ridiculous. It kind of sunk in more about 4 years ago. I got to a point where I realized in my professional career in politics, which is my main career, it wasn't really fulfilling me as much. And I was kind of had this moment of like, I'm a writer, I'm a performer, I need to take myself seriously rather than dismiss it. I made a bucket list. Before my next birthday, I'm gonna do open mic, and I did it here. My first open mic was here at Tuesday Night Project. It sucked. I did all the mistakes that first-time comedians did. I had toilet humor, talk about poo. I said the word dingleberries. For me, one of the moments that really helped to confirm my path in doing comedy was when we had our kickoff sold-out show for Disoriented comedy here at the theater. It was meaningful for a number of reasons. Number one, it was successful, it was sold out, everyone showed up, there was a lot of support. The other thing was, that was the first time that my parents saw me perform stand-up, and I had kind of waited to invite them and actually didn't even really tell them until I got into it a lot more. And so that was the first time that both my parents actually saw me perform stand-up in this beautiful space, in this sold-out full capacity crowd. They didn't understand a word I said, but for them to see the setting and the reaction of everyone and how the energy was so great and it was just such a magical evening was really important to me, because I think it really helped to give them a sense of what the heck I was doing. And then sort of the moment that followed that really meant a lot to me was my mom actually left me a voicemail after that. I really wish I saved it, because in Chinese, she basically said to me, wow, like Jenny, I just realized, I was just thinking about you, and I just realized that you are just so talented and you have so many gifts, and I'm just so proud of you. That was definitely a very meaningful moment, because she actually said, like, I never thought that you had these other gifts, and I feel so proud to have been able to see you express that. People really loved it. And so for my mom to have said that to me was a real bonus. It gave me a sense of peace too, that, you know, I was doing something that was going to make sense in some way. So my name is Jenny Yang. Thank you so much for watching our video. I hope that this video inspires you to go after your dreams. You can find me online at jennyyang.tv. That's jennyyang.tv. Or on Twitter at Jenny Yang TV. It's going to show up right here magically. Jenny Yang TV. Thank you for watching the Always Summer Project. Get inspired. Tapioca milk tea is what I like. I just want to rap about it when I'm on the mic. It's real smooth, kind of creamy with piocas to savor and a hint of tea for that motherland flavor. Sisters on the street, they squirm with glee. They know the oral delight of tapioca milk tea.
What's up, everybody? We are the Fung Brothers. We are here with our very Okay, keep going. We are here with our Chinese comedian friend Jenny Yang.
Hello.
And we're here to talk about an article that we found on the internet called Signs You Grew Up with Chinese Immigrant Parents. And by Chinese immigrant parents, we mean that your parents are Chinese and they raised you in a non-Asian country. Let's get into it!
Next up, you ate a lot of delicious Chinese cooking over the years, but don't know how to cook any of it because your mom never let you in the kitchen.
It's just like a lot of kids can't speak Chinese. I don't know how to speak Chinese very well. My parents speak Chinese, so it's like, how did that happen, right? It's not like my parents said, no, we don't want to teach you Chinese at all. It's just like, maybe I didn't pick it up enough.
They didn't
maybe-
really put it as a top priority.
Yeah, it was a top priority. They didn't try that hard. And I kind of wish they did. So shameful.
It's okay.
But I feel like, yeah, in America, they want you to cook some pasta or something like that. They're not really looking for you to get the oils and the big ass flame. Like,
I'm not gonna be ching-chonging while you cook Chinese food, dog.
if you get the wok hey,
Why do you
get
do
the
not need
wok
to do
hey.
it like that?
you get the wok hey.
Hey, baby, you want dinner tonight?
That's sexy. Oh, sorry, I just
Ding, ding,
cursed.
ding, 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 ding.
Absolutely no outside shoes were worn in the house.
It never made any sense to me because you wear shoes to protect your feet from things that are outside.
Yes.
But when you wear your shoes indoors, you're bringing all that outside inside. And what sense does that make?
You know what's nasty is like non-Asian people, they'll like put their shoes up on their bed and stuff like this.
Oh, I hate
They'll
that.
like put it on their, they lie in their bed with their shoes on. That is disgusting.
Next up, you never received much sympathy for your problems nor praise for your accomplishments.
I knew some friends whose parents had relatives fly in or drive in from other cities just for their high school graduation.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Or-
not an accomplishment.
No, high school is totally assumed. My parents never talked to me about graduating high school or even college. Like,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was expected. They did come to my college graduation, but I didn't go to the big ceremony. I only went to my department, my business school one. And they came and my dad was just like, good job. Okay, let's go get something to eat, right? And like, I didn't have no big party with
No.
a bunch of friends. It was just like, cool, hey, solid. Like, solid
It was
stuff,
like,
son.
you did the bare minimum. Good for you.
I actually asked my dad because I was like, Dad, what if I didn't graduate college? Like, what would you say? And he was just like, he was driving, ha! And that was it. He was just like, huh, what a funny thought. Not going to think about that anymore. We get no praise! Coming up next.
Whenever you were excited about something, your parents were quick to throw some cold water over it.
I have to say, one of the things that kept me going as a straight A student, my mom always said to me ever since I was little, you must have perfect score, because just like the scientists who build the rocket, if they mess up just once, the rocket ship will explode.
That's a
a lot
really
of
good
pressure.
analogy.
It's a
That
super
actually,
Chinese immigrant
this
type
should actually never be applied to.
Yo, that
to
is
life.
so much pressure for a 6-year-old. Do not mess up or we'll die. All right, coming up next. Throughout your studies, you weren't allowed to date, and once you graduated, your parents were suddenly all like, how come you have no girlfriend, boyfriend?
True.
True. Like, so we graduated college and my mom is not like heckling us about wives yet.
Yes.
But I know that throughout growing up, dating was not even a conversation.
Oh, no.
Relationships was not a conversation.
No.
Like Valentine's Day, I was always confused on Valentine's Day because I was like, can I do something for a girl if I show? And that, my mom and dad are not the people to ask, right? They,
No.
like
No,
totally.
they don't care.
Mom and dad would not.
They don't celebrate
They
Valentine's
have no
Day.
response.
They're just like, I don't know. Why do you think about this very superficial, meaningless thing that does not contribute to
If you are not going to marry the girl, then do not give her your heart.
And when you did eventually meet someone, heaven forbid they be one of another race, or two of the same sex, or three, an artist.
Oh. It's notable to mention that the reason the Chinese parents hate dating an artist or their kid being an artist because where they're from, artists are poor. Where in the West, if you have to look at their society, artists are placed a little bit higher because there is a history of artists becoming very rich and powerful, becoming politicians and becoming presidents. No entertainer in Asia will ever become president. Ever. That's how low they view entertainers.
Ronald Reagan.
Schwarzenegger, Jesse Ventura.
We're like comedians or YouTubers or whatever, but if a comedian equals a clown to my dad.
Yeah.
When you think of traditional Chinese comedy, it's like a guy that's flipping on his back, like
Spinning on his
rolling the
head, yeah,
ground.
like just doing somersaults.
Woo, and then he's just like, doo, doo, doo.
There's
It's
a scene in Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee
Yeah.
where there's these Chinese entertainers that are literally just doing somersaults and flipping on their head like over in a circle.
There's this like old school tradition of telling jokes though. Do it in like a kind of a beat.
Kwai bar. or
Yeah, I
Kwai
know
Shua,
what it's
yeah.
called.
Kwai
Yeah.
Shua, yeah.
Oh.
Like that.
rapping.
Why do I even know how to do that much?
Coming up next.
When you weren't in school, you were attending coaching schools like Kumon or working at your parents' Chinese restaurant. Still not sure who had it worse.
Well, they just don't want their kids having a fun summer. Okay, that's the last thing the Chinese parents want is the kids to have a fun American summer. They ain't trying to kick it.
Yeah.
You know, like white parents, for example, in any country, I think they went through like a rockabilly, like, daddy takes the T-bird away. Like that's my image of like white parents, like when they were younger. It's just like,
all had leather
they all like
jackets.
have like flipped hair. They're all like getting burgers, and they're like, "Hey, babe," and I was like, "Hey, are we going steady, Jimmy?"
Hey, Jimmy's gonna pick us up
Like-
in his T-bird.
Like West Side Story, like they listen to K-Zock.
Yeah, K's 105.
That's my image of white
Slapping the
people.
bass.
What was the point of that? I don't even
All right,
know.
moving on. Up next.
Your mom always interfered with your packing, usually armed with a pair of disposable undies and enough food to feed a family for a month.
I don't know about the disposable undies.
My mom had disposable undies.
Really?
If for
Okay,
real. That's,
I didn't-
that's some hardcore Chinese immigrant
Yeah,
stuff.
that is true. I know.
I've
some
heard of it,
people
but my
who-
mom didn't do it. You know
Just
what?
in case.
I'll say this. Chinese moms are pretty paranoid. Because they're in a different country and they don't know what's going on, so they always overpack.
Exactly.
And this is true. My mom always overpacks. And if it's food that we have to pack and we're going to like Hong Kong or China to meet relatives or something, we have to pack a lot of gifts, like
Yeah.
smoked salmon.
Even things that nobody's gonna eat once it's brought over. Like
not-
they don't like smoked salmon that much. A few times your parents took you to the beach, they sweated away, covered head to toe, and were far more interested in eating seafood than swimming.
I made the mistake one time of having my cousin come visit me in Los Angeles, and I took her with me to the beach where I played beach volleyball. And even my parents haven't seen me in a swimsuit, but she saw me. It, like apparently word got around. Oh, Jenny was wearing a bikini or whatever. I heard about it from my own mom.
It was like
She
a
heard
thing
it.
in your
She-
house.
She heard about it from like the relatives in Taiwan. I'm like, really?
That
This
is
how it's
so
gonna
funny.
be? She's so American.
Well, also,
I remember one time we were all crab hunting with the church on this beach, and I found somehow just hidden in the sand the largest crab out of everybody. And everybody gathered around, and then they measured it to make sure that, because you know there's legal regulations about what you can take, and they all got excited. They're like, yeah, you can take this and go eat this. And everyone was like, ah,
Hey.
that was the most
remember
excited
that.
I had ever got the community.
Chinese people love seafood.
We love food, man.
They love food.
And if it's free, oh my
Oh,
god.
man.
My
If
God.
you just
God.
find
Get
it,
outta
We
here.
found it.
oh.
I just found a big Dungeness crab. I'm a winner today.
Coming up next.
Your parents and relatives never fail to air their opinions regarding your weight at family gatherings.
True.
Especially for the women.
My sister got this.
They would just be like,
Wow,
"Oh,
Jenny,
wow.
so
Summer,
strong,
summer,
so
summer.
big,
Ugh.
so thick. You know, good. I mean,
The
ladies.
young guy, the guy like the thinner girl better, okay?
Yeah. Wow, you're so strong. Too strong.
Yeah, I don't know why, but like Chinese people, for some reason, feel the need to police our bodies, and I definitely disagree with that.
You know, it's about shame. I think they see it as they care about you and they want to help. But
Yeah.
obviously they may not know how to do it.
Yes.
I do think
Yeah.
that in America it's different because if you call someone fat, it's almost like insulting their life.
Yeah.
Like
Saying they're just a garbage
yeah.
person.
Like if you say you're fat, that's like one of the worst
It is.
disses.
Yes.
But in Chinese, it's like you're fat. Do something about it.
It's like you have purple hair. Change your purple hair back to black. It's ugly. Your body has extra layers of glutinous jelly on it. Take them away.
Last one.
And that as you grow older, you finally see their tough love approach was the natural default for nervous parents living in a strange country.
I thought she summed it up pretty well with that one.
I think it's tough because in that same overprotectiveness, sometimes the kids end up a little awkward and can be like not fully
Yeah.
socialized in American society because they weren't allowed to like assimilate to a certain extent. They were kind of sheltered. This is my final takeaway from this, is I think that the author has some things that she's uncomfortable with the way she was raised. She has some unresolved issues in terms of being unhappy that I wish it wasn't this way. Why couldn't it have been like a more smoother, more suave upbringing like my white friends? You know, just parents who are not immigrants. Immigrant parents almost categorically don't get it. And if you always constantly live by this expectation that like, oh, we didn't go on cool skiing trips and my parents' mom wears a bikini and she knows what's cool and my mom doesn't, you're always gonna feel like you were deprived of something in your childhood.
I think she's being honest. I think she's saying that she is appreciative. At the end of the article, she's clearly appreciative and she gives her parents credit, but she does say, no, these things were not dope. It's not like I read that list and was like, oh, I love every single one of these. Yeah, this is tight, you know,
Exactly.
like this is how I'm gonna raise my kid. I'm like, let me pick and choose the ones that I feel are valuable and then I'm gonna carry those on.
Or the lessons. Maybe not
or the
even those
lessons.
actual things, but the,
Yeah.
the larger lessons contained in those like very seemingly annoying things that our parents did. I don't know. You were the immigrant.
Immigrant
speaks. I think what's great though about us now is that as smart young Chinese immigrants or kids of Chinese immigrants is we can think through these things. You know what I mean? We can talk about it. We can decide for ourselves like how much of this do we want to carry on for our kids? Or for example, just simple stuff like cooking. We can make a decision about like taking pride in that. It's just respect to bringing up kids, being an immigrant. It's tough.
That's why we made this video, because we wanted to bring Jenny in and just talk about it, because we've all had similar experiences, and we want to let you guys know, you're not alone. And there's absolutely very normal people and successful people who had this upbringing.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
We're all just doing our best.
Thank you everybody for watching that video. If you relate to the list, let us know what you relate to in the comment section below. And shout out to our friend Jenny. She's a comedian, so check out her stuff. We're gonna put her link like right here. So follow her on Twitter. She's super funny. She did a video for Buzzfeed, and this list was actually off Buzzfeed, written by Monica Tan. Subscribe to our channel, watch this video. We're the Fung Brothers. That's Jenny Yang. Peace!
Peace!
Whoa, Jenny!
Oh my god! You just slapped.
After breaking up with John Mayer, Katy Perry
joined Tinder in hopes that the app will help her find love. And stalkers are joining Tinder in hopes that they will find Katy Perry.
Perry's profile interest includes seeing movies, walking on the beach, and dressing up in costumes where things shoot out of her boobs.
her next single is going to be called Love Me, Swipe Me. And the first time you hear it, you'll hate it. Then you'll hear it around town, in line at the grocery store, at a baseball game, at the Starbucks, until one day you know all the words. And the next time you hear it in your car, you find yourself singing it word for word, unabashedly, at the top of your lungs while stuck in traffic on the freeway. She gets me,
Donald Sterling says he refuses to sell the Clippers after being banned from the NBA.
Banned from the NBA.
Banned from the NBA.
And fined $2.5 million for his racist remarks. On the other hand, he is selling his girlfriend, asking prices $2.5 million.
Because fucking one black person just wasn't enough.
Sterling is certain he can make amends for his mistake and has invited his whole team for a special I'm Sorry dinner cooked by celebrity chef Paula Deen. And she's racist too.
North Korea plans to send a team of chefs to France to learn the art of artisan cheesemaking.
Artisan cheesemaking.
Artisan cheesemaking. Because President Kim Jong-un wants the capability to weaponize lactose intolerance and dairy farts, aka weapons of ass destruction.
And France plans to send a team of chefs to North Korea to find their missing pets.
What they should be learning from the French is their fine art of surrendering.
Backstreet Boy Nick Carter and New Kid on the Block Jordan Knight have formed a new band duo called Nick and Knight.
Nick and Knight.
Nick and Knight.
And their new single, Just the Two of Us. They got the idea after only 2 fans showed up for their last concert.
Joey Fatone and Lance Bass from NSYNC are also starting their own duo. Their first single is called Buy This Song and We'll Give You Justin Timberlake's Phone Number. It's actually pretty catchy.
They will release follow-up singles including, Hey, Look at Us, We're Still Here, Look, We're a Thing.
In Nebraska, a 34-year-old mother of 4 set the world record for eating 12 pounds of pudding.
12 pounds of pudding.
12 pounds of pudding in 3 minutes, thus becoming that state's biggest tourism draw.
The mother also went on to set another new world record in her home's bathroom later that evening.
Well, gulping down pudding quickly is actually pretty easy when you don't have any teeth, because you're a meth addict.
Hi, I'm Ben Simon, and you can follow me on Twitter at BenjaminJS.
My name is Cassie Winnett, and you can follow me on Twitter at Cassie Winnett.
My name's Jenna Kim Jones, and you can follow me on Twitter at Jenna Kim Jones.
I'm Jenny Yang, and you can find me online at jennyyang.tv or disorientedcomedy.com.
I'm Mike Frankovich, and you can follow me on Twitter at Mike Frankovich.
Thanks for watching this week's Headline
Punchline.
Let us know in the comments below which joke you thought was the funniest.
Subscribe to Daily Rehash for new videos Monday through Friday.
Including Headline Punchline every Friday.
So this goes out to all the people who appreciate a little something from my homeland, Taiwan. Tapioca milk tea, is what I like. I just wanna rap about it when I'm on the mic. It's real smooth, kinda creamy with piocas to savor and a hint of tea for that motherland flavor. Sisters on the street, they squirm with glee. They know the oral delight of tapioca milk tea. Cause it's tapioca, hey, drink it up. I love to see the little black balls in the cup. Sip the big fat straw, the balls are squishing around. Pioca kisses your back here in my part of town. Come on, white boys, you know you want this. Second verse, tapioca milk tea is like myself, not wired like coffee. I'm good for health. I got a little bit of sugar and a little bit of cream. I'm all the rage on the Chinatown scene. Brothers on the street wanna get with me, cause they know I'm like tapioca milk tea. Cause I'm like tapioca, hey, drink it up. I love to see the little black balls in the cup. Sip the big fat straw, the balls are squishy around. Pioca kisses your back here in my part of town. Thank you very much. Jenny Yang Jokes, Facebook, Twitter, JennyYangJokes.com, AsianGoggles.com, PoliteAsianPorn.com.
我刚从纽约飞进来，哇塞，我的手真的好酸哦，好酸哦！哦，这里面有几个人听懂我在讲什么？哎，那两个人，哦，太好了，他听得懂 ，OK 呀，A-OK 呀！哇，这里好多白人哦！哇塞，哦。I want to get a tattoo. It's going to be 2 words, all capitals, right here. It's going to say Chinese tattoo. Old English font.
I knew from the beginning, I knew very early on that I had this ability to make people laugh with me and like me because of that. I knew I had a terrific weapon. Being a female comedian is the lowest form of life to this day. If you would say to anybody, I'd like to come to dinner, I either will bring a wonderful young girl opera singer or a wonderful young girl comic. Who do you think they're gonna pick?
What I think stand-up comedy should be is a platform for people who are the bullied. Stand-up comedy is all dicks and balls.
Who said female comedians ain't feminine?
If you are not Asian, number 1, don't do Asian accents. That just would be my preference.
At least I've never had a Britney Spears shot getting out of a limo. But anything is possible.
They're not going to accept me. Really? That's what you're gonna do? I was about to use a really big word.
If you don't know me, let's not insist on learning how to pronounce my real Chinese name, because you're gonna fuck it up.
My brother made up my name Tig. It's not short for anything, but it is long for
The biggest contribution. What the fuck? I can't talk.
Try not to, when you're trying to hit on me, try not to tell me that your favorite food is sushi. If you're an older white man who probably has seen a war in Asia, don't tell me about it.
I was on a roll!
Okay, everybody quiet, please.
Probably choke your wife at home, don't you?
Well, you have
have to ask me that again, because that was too much fun. Simon made me laugh. Simon, you just a mess today.
What the fuck are you doing?
Simon. Simon really is doing a lot, you guys. Simon needs a raise.
You all right, son? All right.
Don't ask me where the best dim sum is if you just met me. I'm more than just food recommendations.
The current thing to say is that 50 is the new 40 and 60 is the new 50. Well, let me tell you, 70 is 70. And it ain't funny.
Conceptions about
You act like I know something. This is the bad part.
Hey, so where are you from again? Tennessee. No, where are you really from?
God, like, how do you eat with a fork and knife? That's so hard. I could never do that. Your English is great. Were you adopted?
So how come you only hang out with other white people?
You must be really bad at math.
Come on, guys. Don't you have trouble telling white people apart? Like, I can't tell you guys apart.
Hey, look at me. I'm white.
You know, you're so unlucky you're white because your people are just naturally fat.
Do you have a normal name too, or just your white name? Are your parents like super white?
Hey, do you watch How I Met Your Mother? I'm so into white culture.
I love white accents. Hey, I ate cheese.
You know, I've been really into Western religions lately. Like, I love how they're so angry and uptight, you know? I decorated my whole house in crosses. Who's hungry?
You're Italian? I love pasta. A pizza pie. A pizza pie. Your parents must have been super not strict. Did you just do whatever you wanted? Oh my God, 2 forks? That would look totally cute in my hair. I just love dating white guys because they're so large and overbearing.
Hey, you know I'm really into white girls. Just white girls. Hey, where are you going? Come on. Come on, I bet you're really opinionated. Probably a little dumb.
I have like kind of round eyes, so I'm practically white. I don't want to pay bills. I don't want to pay bills. I don't want to pay. I want to be there now. I want to be there now. No, 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 no. I don't know where I'm going. Mama, Mama. Where's my Wi-Fi? Hate you, Wi-Fi. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. I wanted soy. 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 We should start, huh? Okay. My name is Jenny Yang, and I'm a writer and comedian. Right now, I am producing an all-female Asian American stand-up comedy show called DisorientedComedy.com. We are taking our all sold-out shows in Southern California and bringing it to the masses in other cities. So it didn't really happen for me in terms of realizing that I wanted to do comedy until just a few years ago. Because I was a good Asian.
Play ball. 1 minute remaining. Ten seconds remaining. Game over.
Our throw.
Street Fighter All Nighter is popping tonight. Look at the talent in the room.
Can we start again?
No, these are street rules. In Twin Galaxy Live Streets, you do not start your dance moves again.
You're gonna get cut up and bit up and webbed up and sticked up.
One question, what happened? Look, you guys were right there, platinum. If you had won, you would have been 100% win streak.
My eyes become large and the light that you shine can't be saved. Baby, I can carry you a kiss from a rose on the grave. That's the news!
Twin Galaxies.